everyone, Fox Cousin here, and today we have a special issue of my program. So, wait a little bit, I need to pin the theme of first this Fox Cousin here. So, let me say everyone hello. So today we're going to review my sketchbook band. So it's gonna be something real unusual. Actually, I promised to make same video from Belgrade, but I was so exhausted that I had time, but I have no power just even to make a short video related to every sketchbook. So I decided to start one huge Fox container related to all my sketchbook bands. So here gonna be Bandit, Кирпич, Товарищ, Painting Book, Самый настоящий Mark Book, and Jessic Pete, and DS, I think. So welcome to Fox on Air. Well, actually, previous translation special for VK, I started from the smallest up to largest. Now I think to start it in other direction. So we're going to start with Bandit and go briefly to DS. So Bandit, it's a huge sketchbook by Max Goods. It calls actually large white, and in complex it has two blank sheets to prevent bleeding through the pages, but actually they were not strong enough, so everything bleeds through. I was actually really unhappy about that, because at one illustration I managed to lose two of my copies, and I still have no various things for these two colors. So I had to throw away that bleed-proof pages, and as usual took my original plastic page. So this sketchbook I wanted to use for character design. Well, yum yum. Yum 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 yum. Just so everyone hi. So I wanted to make this sketchbook the book of my characters, but I realized it will be really heavy. So here we had the page of Azrael, my main character of my story, Cher. I won't tell you who's that, and Chaos God. So actually I started here already page of Sinheart, because he took place in two of my stories, and I'll have to write his story properly and design him as well. But I still have some problems with his design. So actually, as all fashions, he has pure white hair and light blue eyes. So welcome everyone who just has joined, and so let's keep on going. So that's all. Only 4 pages from the start, and now it's go from the back side. I had here my Fox startup page. I'll call it so because this page I use for my presentations, for that I sent out for anime convention committee, so, and also my sketchbook presentation, sketchbook and everything related to that. I use it for my Kaliningrad performance. Here's also a really stupid one, art related to Boku no Hero Academia. Yes, it's, wait, one for all and all for one. So here I think here is all for one, the main villain, and Shigaraki Tomura. Actually, I wanted this page being really, it should be really powerful, but actually from my point of view it's good enough, but it's not so fabulous as I want it to be. So, and last art in this sketchbook is Melanie. Special art for my Melanie art book. Special from Melon Reach. I issued this art book this year, so actually I'm really proud of that. And I like this art. Actually for this light and bright and pure colors. So actually that's all with Bandit. So this sketchbook I call Bandit. So the second one from that is, try to guess who? It's Kirpich. One of my really famous sketchbooks. I really like Kirpich because it's heavy and could be used as a weapon. So here are a lot of stories at the back side and front side of cover, and also here he has a lot of stories behind. So the first one, when I was at Sochi at my first plein air, I managed to fall down in Manchester River. So, and I managed to thank this sketchbook and Manchester River. So that's how Kirpich Adventure started. And also one funny thing, this sketchbook has its own hashtag, Kirpich Adventure. So while I'm gonna be in any trip, maybe actually at New York Fest this September, I'm going to take Kirpich with, and I hope to make some photos such as here's art and here's reality, so everyone can enjoy Kirpich Adventure. And actually I have a special title of Kirpich, you can read it here. It's the way how it should written. So here is the P sign. 3.14. Yeah, it's Kirpich. And it's actually was studied last year in August, so here's 1 year old, and instead of 48 pages he has 60. So I counted properly. So I have here my travel collages, so also related to such kind of collages. So the first thing, I gather a reference from the place I want to make that travel art related to. I collect some stories, some backgrounds, some nice and cute scenes. So here we have Bulldog here. It's actually a little statue from a nice restaurant nearby Grand Marine. It's a mall center near to Moorport. And actually this restaurant is that side from the Moorport. So I collated it and mixed here everything as I like. And also I leave here some little notes related to my impression, just some interesting information and so on to make it more personalized. So here is Manchester. It was my first travel time to Manchester. It has springs and also different types of mineral waters, also such as Plaston water, I think. And the spring with Holy Panteleimon is inside the building, so here. And as you can see it here, Panteleimon spring is outside, just to show him, because the water from the spring is really tasty and I appreciated that. And it's the third travel art from my first plein air. It's related to tea houses. So here is tea houses. They were founded in 1930s, I think, when the person from Soviet Union decided to grow up little tea trees. So here still growing the most northern tea trees in the world, so Dagamysky chai. And here is also the statue of bear. So I'll show it a little bit in near. So here is a wooden bear. Also, I managed to climb him up to check if samovar up here is a true samovar. Yes, it's true. It's even not fixed. It just stands at his hand just as a normal thing. It's even not fixed to be not stolen once. So people there just believe in the human beings, I think, so it's still there and still alive. So Heartofilus, wish you good night. And for all of those who just has joined, we continue to review my sketchbook bands. So now we're talking about my sketchbook called Kirpich. And these arts are from Kaliningrad, from Kneipphof Sculpture Park, and somewhere from Kaliningrad district. Actually, I don't remember where exactly this photo got from. I know I got this photo from the stories of official Kaliningrad Instagram account. So I can't locate this place actually at map, unfortunately. And here is Kaliningrad. Actually, I think most of you have seen this art at the Sketchbook. Oh, how it called? At hashtag Kirpich Adventure. So the cathedral, the house of Soviets, my most beloved fish, the old port and anchor of Hola, and the King Gates. What's interesting, King Gates is one branch of Museum of Seas and Oceans, and this Hola anchor is located nearby Packhouse, actually at the same museum, and also this old port building also there nearby to this Packhouse building, and now it's a shop selling souvenirs for visitors. And this fish is located not far from Fort Dona, where is the Museum of Amber is. and Fort Dona and King's Gate are included to fortification line of Kaliningrad. So welcome everyone who just has joined. We just reviewing my sketchbook band which I took to every convention I participate in. So this art related to my trip in Thailand, and one of the interesting point I really want to mark. You can see here snail art, and after the rain, they came out from grass, I think. In Moscow, actually, after rain, you can see the worms at asphalt, and in Thai, you can see their snail arts, and they're really huge. And also, if you don't know, you can see here tiger. So tigers, instead of meow, as a cat say meow, they say ow. So if you're in jungle and hear ow, don't be scared. It's just a tiger. And here's also art related to trip to Thai. So here the Buddha hill with a huge golden Buddha statue and sanctuary of truth. This sanctuary is built of wooden. Yes, it's wooden, and it's not sponsored by government. It's private investors building, and for its reconstruction he used only money he receives from the visitors of the museum inside. So here's Rashati Tiger Zoo. I really like tigers. They're so cute, especially as cats. Wanting just and asking for food. All cats are the same. So here is unfinished art of Wien. A sketch from anniversary of Meet and Sketch, page with stickers. My Venezia art. Actually, this art was printed in journal. So also sketch from Meet and Sketch meeting. Here it was just like. So why don't I use a little leaf just for something random? So also sketch from Creative World. It's exhibition in Frankfurt. Actually, I get from there present from Excel, and I'll show you later what I use this knife for. Also some Inuit art, some sketches related to Frankfurt, some sketch related to Yaroslav. Actually, art with Yaroslav I managed to finish somehow in another sketchbook, and now it's time to show what I use that knife for. It's a tape, it's masking tape, and if someone remembers, this art I managed to finish within Fox Goes on Air in, I think, March or February this year. And here is Melanie from Melon Rich Fashion Magazine, and also some of my experiments with masking tape. And some my tape test here. And what was fun about this? I gave my sketchbook after my ribbon collapsed. I asked Max Goods to fix it. So I thought that start from June up to July, it was laying somewhere at Mac's workshop, just alone and relaxing from me, as really naughty master. And when I got it back, Max and Leona, they said that they managed to take them with to St. Petersburg to some one more festival, so I was really surprised. And when people start me ask, oh, how does the graphics, how does some day park look like here, because someone of visitors just knew that I have something like that at toned paper, and here is toned paper. It's not white, it's colored one, a little bit creamy. So I just took this sketchbook and started from the bottom, and I saw Leanna's face extremely surprised with words, wow, where that was? Within 2 months, they did manage to open this sketchbook from the bottom side. You're welcome. So, here is a little review of my Kirpich sketchbook. It's like that. Yeah, it has special bookmark here from Taiyaki Cafe. So, it will be placed here. I'll show it. So, Bandit, sketchbook, and now it's time for Tavarish, one of my most beloved sketchbooks. So here is Tavarish number 1. Actually, I call Tavarish everything that in my surroundings. So my phone is called Tavarish, my laptop is called Tavarish, and one of my most beloved sketchbook is called Tavarish. So I have a special shoebox here with actually every shoebox contains name of sketchbook. So you can see it here. So my stamp, my logo, my Instagram, and title of every sketchbook. So like that. So here is Tavarish, Kirpich, and Pentic book. So now it's time for Tavarish. Actually, I had already made one review online here. But if someone is interested, Russian version is already posted on Instagram, and translation will be posted on the permanent manner. So, and just here, I'll show you. It's really fast because we already had reviewed this sketchbook. Here are a lot of arts, and only 4 of them are made not with markers. So here's the first one. It's watercolor, and here are markers. So in this sketchbook, I use it for making illustration, checking some moments for my pictures, for exhibitions, materials check, some preparation for master classes, for workshop, test my markers at these pages. So, and just make a presents for my friends. And you also can see here's art, not colored, not lined, so you can see how actually my art used to be start with. This art was made within workshop. Also my mind crunches, it's my project with Fox Alice and Felice. Also I think 1/2 of the sketchbook related to my publications in Melon Ridge, and also here starts 3 of my arts from Fox Goes on Air early posted. Intuitive art art for collaboration, present for my friend, and this art was made nearly, I think, 11th of April, and Sketchbook was finished on the 7th of May. So everything we'll see here were finished within less than 1 month. Here's the second art, not with markers. Actually, it even not a permanent inks. It's watercolor pigments, golden pigments, watercolor pencils, some graphics for art. Here is the art shows what I used to start my infographics with. And here is the last art with a non-marker technique. Here is also masking tape. And here starts everything related to my last publication in Melodies Journal. So signs of cities and cities themselves. Finished Yaroslav art, Rostov, Kostroma, Ivanovo, Pereslavl, Sergiev Posad, Suzdal, Vladimir, and Moscow. So, and the last page also always related to a producer to say thank you. So thank you for edit Sketchbook. So, and now we go to the most true sketchbook, Sama Anastasia Sketchbook. Welcome everyone who just has joined. Today we'll make review of my sketchbook band, which I took to every convention which I participate in. So now it's time to turn to the most true sketchbook. Within the sketchbook, I'm used to use only sketches, and I see some of you just sent me some ask to take part within this Fox goes in there. Actually, not this time. I'm really sorry, and I hope you won't count me as a rude person, but not this time, guys. Maybe next time. Actually, I really hope to start maybe tomorrow or on Monday. Fox goes on their art online, and within art online I will accept your participation, but not this time. Today we just review sketchbooks. So here is my earliest project. It calls Grateful Cards. I made a project to every my new partner in 2016, I think it was. So I think it was 2016 or 17. No, it was 2017, I think. Well, I don't remember. Sorry for that. So here are some cute arts with Felice Fox. It was her first appearance. And actually, thanks to these arts, I started well with these ornaments. I learned them really good. So here is Baroque ornaments I'm really fond of. And welcome everyone who just had joined. Today we review some of my sketchbooks. I call them Sketchbook Band. I take them to any convention I participate in. And also this sketchbook also starts from the foresight and from the back side as well. So now I'm gonna read the comments. You can sound like Benedict from Big Bang Theory. Really? Whoa, I didn't know that. So I'll take it as a compliment. And here, Sketchbook start with my sketches on the knees at Sketchfest in St. Petersburg. So I made sketches within the lecture. So the people who were talking about their projects, their arts, I made art of them and write down their contacts and names. Also, it was first time when I learned something from different artists because it was my first time at workshops. Because I'm self-taught person and I've never seen how other sketchers and artists worked. So what materials do I use? Thank you for liking my sketches. Thank you very much. So here I used only markers and liners. And actually, so here are the most liner, especially at the background. So you can see here it's a nice historical building at Nevsky Prospect. And here are only markers. No liner, no pencil at the background, only markers. So actually these all arts, wait a second, these all arts are made at Drakeno Park because I really like their scenery. It was in Moscow, somewhere in the mall, and this also from Drakeno. It's restaurant Klukva, cranberry and sugar. So, I'm Russian? Yes, I'm Russian. So, if you're interested in Russian translations, so actually, Fox Goes on Air in Russian was already posted in VK.com. And it'll remain there as a permanent manner. So here today will be only one session in English. So we keep on looking at the art. So that's all. It's really small art book, sketchbook. It's a true sketchbook. And now it's time to turn to Bantic. So I have already two Bantic books. The first one is Mart book. It's nearly the third season of Bantic. Here we have third season. Bantic is my character. It's British cat with a big ribbon on his neck, look like a bow at the back side. So here is Mushroom Story. It has been already published in Bantic book selected seasons. Also here I used nearly only liners, so I have light mint liner and a lot of panels. And actually no alcohol markers, only inks and liners. So here is Stolen Slippers. It's related to the case in my life when my sister Riva this Riva managed to steal my slippers, and I fell down in the river and managed to sink my sketchbook cartridge. We had already reviewed that, so it'll be available within the next 24 hours because I'm going to save this Fox Goes on Air. And Bantic as me, we plays Samulnori. Samulnori, it's a drums band from Korea. It's traditional drum, look like sun clock. So, for example, Kengwari symbolize blizzard. Chin, big gong symbolize wind. Changu as rain, and Buk as a thunder. So here is also a redraw of story from the first season, way to contemporary art. I managed to keep this story inside my head for 3 years. 3 years. It was awful, but now everything on paper and I can relax. So here Bantic meets his love Belle. So the question, do you study Korean? Yes, I did. I managed to forget everything up to this day, but if I see some words in Hangul, I can copy them well. But I can say that it'll be easy for me to say something or reply any questions. So, what kind of paper is that? It's, let's check. It should be here. It's 100 gram per square meter paper, special for graphics, for inks, pencil, charcoal, but it's not good for alcohol markers because it's not too thin, but it's rough enough. So you should do more live streams in English. So yes, I do, but this August I was really exhausted because of too many of anime conventions. So I had less time because I had to prepare myself well for these conventions. So as a guest, I was at G-Fest in Moscow, and as participants of OSA Alley, I was in Kaliningrad at Panicon and at Gakko Fest in Belgorod. So also here are arts from last year, Inktober, and if you're interested in Inktober, you're welcome to this year. I already posted Russian translation, my personal Russian translation of Inktober prompt list, so it's available now. So, reading comments. I'm supposed to draw with watercolors. Do you have any recommendation to watercolor bands? As for me, I use really unusual watercolors. It's Gansai. It's not actually a true watercolors, it's mineral-based watercolor. So watercolor as aquarelle is really good from such brands as Van Gogh, Mijello, and what do we have else? And Schminke. They are really good. Also, I know that Shinhan Art also produce nice watercolors, but I'm not so familiar with this brand. As for me, I use Zik watercolors. It's Kansai, so it has the standard arts like that. And actually, it's not new. I've used such colors for nearly half of ours at Kirpich, and also one of my great art with Drakkar. So what can I add else? What can I add else? Yum yum yum. Actually, I use the set for sketching, so for me and for sketching it's pretty enough, but for making big pictures with watercolors, I think you should be more concentrated at classical brands such as Van Gogh and Mijello. And here, I think, yeah, so this part of third season comes to an end. I think to design art book of Bantic up to December to let everyone enjoy these arts. And I hope to, so that's all. For third season, that's all. And I hope to reissue the first season of Bantic. If someone is interested, it's available at my DeviantArt page, but as soon as I'm not focused at DeviantArt page, so it's a little bit abandoned, and it looks like a true desert there. But the first Bantic season is available fully only there. So here is the first season. It's Bantic book. And for Bantic book, I had a special bookmark. It's made with stones and I don't know, it should be a milky splash. I'm not sure, but it's really nice. So it'll lay here. And this one is Sketchbook from Brand Added Sketchbook with nice art forçats and special Bantic stamp. It tells stories about Bantic and all of his friends and his girlfriend Bella, his friend Tim, Matt. If someone don't know, so Matt is collapsed from Mad Excited Dog. His friend the Red Shoe. Shoe from German is actually shoe. So here also I used a lot of colored inks, but not based at watercolors, and it's not based at alcohol, it's just pen inks, fontaine pen inks, the special one, and white pen. So here's also a life-based story, because my friend once told everyone should try skiing, and I was in Yaroslav standing at Volga Riverside, and I thought, I have no skis with. I have only sketchbook, so I used for skiing my sketchbook, and that sketchbook was Kirpich. Yep. Also, this year I planned one more season of Bantic. I think I'm gonna start it at 1st of October with the new Inktober of this year. So nearly 30 pages are going to be related to Bentic's story. And here, the last story ended as Bentic and Matt they manage to wash shoe. So poor Red. I hope I'll finish this last art actually before the day of Inktober start. And the last one for today, I think it'll be Diaz. This sketchbook contains special paper from Canson the Wall. It's two-sided, especially for markers. And here we can see my first tries of making normal sketches, but soon I realized the normal sketches as people used to make, it's not my way of art. I'm really fond of making the normal arts, normal little related to some anime, to my original characters, but not I tried to sketch the pine cones. I tried to sketch this knot, but as soon as I start to be more involved in making sketches, I realized I'm not so interested in making just little arts of surrounding things. I prefer making some little nice illustration related to people, to I don't know, to some stories, such as manga, yonkomas, but I can't see so interior as a purpose of itself, so it's not so deadly interested for me. So I make art of Tallinn based on photo. And here is Pokemon! Yes, I managed to humanize Pikachu. So it's evil Pikachu. And evil Pikachu, he has high voltage arguments in any discussion. So my original character, the monk with the wings. And the architectural art of Moscow Gate Arc in St. Petersburg. Also my original characters, and Isaac Cathedral. Sorry. And the last one here is Nera Grande, also my original character. So this sketchbook was pure white as I got it, but within the timeline it got more dirty, so it looks really untidy. So I tried to make it more beautiful, I think, with these different ornaments. So a pure Zen art. And yep. And the last one. So we still have last 10 minutes, I think. The last one is Jurassic Pit. It calls Jurassic Pit because of producer, just to sketch, and Pit because of texture. Here it's snake piton eco leather. So I call this Jurassic Pit. So here are different arts of my original character, Also, here is artist of markers from AliExpress, and also this art is made with markers from AliExpress. So it's not that bad as someone can think. My original character, and also character from Boku no Hero Academia, or Rako Ochako. How to call it? Jinyu Cao. I don't know how to read this. It's a goldfish flower from Hozuki no Reitetsu. As for me, I call it Karась Trava. Also some artist, palettes. My original character, I'm gonna to make this girl as a real girlfriend. Some true sketches. Oh, watashi ga kita. All Might-san. I'm really fond of this character. He's so cool in anime. So here we have God of Sun Ra, Melanie, Dabi. Actually, I'm true fan of Todoroki theory, which proves that Dabi is a member of Todoroki family. I know it could be sound a little bit mad, but I'm really fond of this theory. Also some art test, random character design. I really need to design a new character, and so I had a lot of tries. My avatar, and also some art test of some different marker producers. So welcome at Fox Cousinaires. So today we review my sketchbooks, and not only this one sketchbook, also we had already reviewed this sketchbook band. It's actually like that, really high. So it was from Fox Cousinaires in July, and this art was made within G-Fest convention in Moscow. It was the 4th of August. So from here, from 4th of August, it goes up now to like this. My original character, especially for Prime Cos, Uncle Todoroki, Rachel Gardner, my original character. Oh, Tora. I managed to forget the name of Jinko from Bungo Stray Dogs. If someone could remind me his name. Oh yeah, Nakajima Atsushi. So Nakajima Atsushi. My original character, Dazai Osamu, Kunikida-san, Kyuya. And also one more my original character, some arts, and some more arts, and that's all. So that's all was made within only the August. Yep. And I saw